Welcome back. I'm here with Championship correspondent Pascal Lemaire to talk about Norwich versus Cardiff. Norwich got a new manager, Alex Neil. Pascal, first, what do you make of that appointment?
I think I was quite surprised to see Neil Adams resign. Obviously, it came after they lost to League One opposition in the FA Cup in Preston. But they have been improving recently. They're only seventh in the table. They'd had a couple of really impressive results in the league. But maybe he was pushed a little bit. I mean, it said resign, but I think the fans were quite glad to see him go because when he was appointed at the back end of last season in the Premier League, most fans thought this isn't the guy who's going to keep us up, and he couldn't. And then even though they started the season quite well, they're up at the top of the table in September, but they started to fall away. Obviously, they had that terrible run in sort of October, November time where there was only one win in 10 games. So not that surprising to see him go, but Neil, real surprise appointment for me. He's only 33 years old, hardly any experience in the managerial game. Obviously, he's done well with Hamilton up in Scotland, but I think, when they were writing the story for it, there wasn't many stats that supported the appointment, really. I think it was just that he won 4 of his last 5 games. That was the best line that, we could come up with. So, a very surprising appointment, but obviously he got off to a great start.
He did get off to a great start, beating league leaders Bournemouth. Superb victory.
Yeah, and such a surprising one as well. Obviously, Bournemouth, I think they were unbeaten in 14 going into that. I think Norwich might have gone into the game thinking they had a decent chance, but I think Alex Neil, he was up in the director's box because the caretaker managers, they'd done all the preparation. He sort of said to them, look, you can take charge of this on the sidelines. And then they had Johnny Howson sent off with the game at 1-1, and Neil came down to the touchline, felt he needed to sort of influence the players, and it worked in the end. Cameron Jerome came up with a late winner, fantastic goal from him, and such a surprising win. Obviously, going to the league leaders, Bournemouth, when you're down to 10 men, it just shows how much quality this squad has got. And they're only 1 point outside the playoffs now, and I think Neil, he'll be tasked with getting promotion if it's via the playoffs, but I think they can get into the top 2.
Also been a big week for Cardiff. They're back in blue, and they won in their first match back in their old kit.
They did, yeah. Such a big boost to the fans that they've been boycotting the sort of red colours that Vincent Tan changed the club to, and now Tan has come out and said that he'd be willing maybe to have a fans representative on the board. So sort of baby steps for them to sort of regaining control of the club, because Tan really did sort of tear it away from them with all this red branding. He wanted them to be called the Red Dragons, not the Bluebirds, so they could be more appealing in the Far East, for people out there, so you could try and sell them a bit more globally. But I think it's good news for them, and obviously they beat Fulham 1-0. That ended a run of 5 without a win in the league, so that's a big boost to them. They're 11th in the table. They've got playoff ambitions as well, but they need to string together a lot of wins if they're going to catch the top 6, because they're still quite a way behind.
And what's your score prediction for this one?
Yeah, I'm expecting goals. The reverse fixture for this was a really interesting game. I think Cardiff, they were at home, they went 2-0 up, and then Norwich came back to win 4-2, so there was goals in the reverse, and I'm expecting goals again here. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Norwich win.
What's my going for a 3-2 win for Norwich?